Welcome to How to Program the UV-5R. This is Part 12, Programming for a Repeater. In the previous episode, we looked at the basics of repeater configurations. Now we will step through the process of programming our repeater to receive and transmit signals to and from a repeater station. First, we need to set ourselves up for success. Any previous tone settings should be reset, dual watch mode should be disabled, and our desired channel numbers should be made available. Step 1, we'll switch the radio on and select frequency mode.
Channel mode.
To select frequency mode, we'll toggle the VFO-MR key
Frequency mode.
and ensure that display line A is selected. The indicator mark is showing at the upper line, display line A. If it weren't, we could toggle with the AB key. So I've selected the upper line, display line A. Remember, the radio must be in frequency mode in order to save frequency settings to a memory channel. Step 2, we need to ensure the previous tone codes are deleted. Menu items 10 and 11 are for the receive codes, and menu items 12 and 13 are for the transmit codes. So we'll go menu 10 menu and ensure it is off. If it's not off, we'll toggle or scroll to the off position and confirm with menu. And also a reminder, the Baofeng is probably easier used if you enter 3 digits for the menu options. So for menu item 10, I'll be entering 010. Now, menu 10 menu.
Menu. DCF.
It is off, so I can exit without making any change. Menu 11.
Menu. CTCSS.
It is off as well. I'll exit without making a change. Menu 12. Menu 12 menu.
Menu. DCF.
It is also off. Exit without making any changes. Menu 13.
Menu. CTCSS.
It is set at 100 Hertz, so I'm going to scroll down and set that to off. And confirm with menu.
Confirm.
As a reminder, I could have quickly gone from 100 to off. Let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go back to that setting,
Menu.
open that selection,
CTCSS.
scroll back up to 100, confirm with menu, and exit. Now I'm going to take that setting and bring it back to 0 a little shortcut way. Menu, 13 menu,
Menu. CTCSS.
and press 0. Goes to off, confirm with menu.
Confirm.
Many of the option settings you'll find in the Baofeng can be reset to 0 by pressing the 0 key. It'll set it to off. Step 3. Ensure the dual watch, dual standby mode is off. The TDR feature can cause unexpected glitches when programming, so it's best to simply disable it for now. We'll go to menu item 7 and set it off, or ensure that it's off.
Menu. Dual standby.
It is on, so I'm going to 0, goes to off, confirm with menu,
Confirm.
and exit. Step 4. We need to ensure the desired channel is available. If our desired channel number shows CH attached to the channel number, it will not accept a new memory transfer. Select Channel Delete menu item, scroll to our desired channel number, and delete any assigned frequency it may have. The menu option for deleting a channel is menu 28. So suppose we plan to assign our repeater frequency to channel 22. I need to first go to the delete menu item, which is menu 28 menu.
Menu. Delete channel.
Now I can scroll up to 22. All of these channels have a CH. That means they have a frequency already stored in its memory. There's channel 22, so I'm going to delete it by confirming with
Confirm.
menu. So that, notice that took away the CH. So it was channel 22 is now available for reassignment to a new frequency. With the radio properly configured, we can now enter and save the configuration settings for our repeater. Step 5. Enter the downlink, or the input frequency. This is the frequency we will use to listen to the repeater. We'll use the keypad to enter the downlink, or the input frequency, 145.130. We don't need to enter the decimal point, but we do need to enter all 6 digits. 145.130.
145.130.
Step 6. We'll save this downlink frequency to a channel of our choice. It's that one that we made sure was not assigned to any other frequency. It had been deleted. So I'll be saving this to my channel 22. And the save option is menu 27. So I'll be entering menu 027 menu. I'll scroll to 22 and then confirm with menu and then exit. Menu 27 menu.
Menu. Memory channel.
Scrolling to 22. All of these have a CH prefix. That means they are already assigned. There's my channel 22, which is empty.
Receiving memory.
Confirmed with my menu key. It said receiving memory. The first frequency you put into a channel is always the receiving frequency. It's what you'll be listening to. And if that's the only frequency in that channel, the radio will use it for both receiving and transmitting. But for repeater stations, we need to have a different frequency when we transmit. So that's step 7. Now we'll enter the offset direction and the shift value. That will be menu items 25 and 26. Menu 025 menu.
Menu. Frequency direct.
I'll scroll to negative. There's negative. That's what my repeater requires. Confirm with menu and exit. Menu 26.
Menu. Offset frequency.
It is a 0.6 megahertz offset, so 0.
0, 0, 0, 6, 0, 0.
6.6 megahertz. Confirm
Confirm.
and exit. Now my repeater requires a transmit tone. Using the CTCSS system, it is 100.0 hertz, and that is menu option 13.
Menu. CTCSS.
Oops. There it is, 100 hertz. Confirm,
Confirm.
exit. Step 9, now we'll save the uplink frequency, the output frequency, the one that we'll use to transmit to the repeater. This step requires the use of the scan key, which is the asterisk. The scan key toggles reverse mode, which will apply the offset shift to the downlink frequency. This allows the channel to transmit on the uplink frequency and receive on the downlink frequency. The scan button toggles the reverse function on and off, and it displays a small letter R when the reverse function is on. So there's our downlink frequency, 145.130. That's the frequency we listen to the repeater on. If I reverse, pressing the asterisk or the scan key, an R appears at the top of the display, indicating that this is the reverse of the downlink, which is now our transmit frequency. And notice it is different. It is 0.6 megahertz less than our downlink. I'm going to toggle the reverse again. The R is gone, meaning we're not in reverse mode. This is the downlink frequency, the frequency we will listen to. By applying the offset, it shows what the transmit frequency will be. So now, with the reverse mode on, with the display showing that new transmit frequency, we need to save that to that same channel 22. So the save mode is menu 27. So we are in reverse, menu 27.
Menu. Memory channel.
Scroll up to that same channel that we've been working on. It shows it has a frequency. We know that. It has the download frequency.
Transmitting mode.
Confirm with menu, and it says transmitting frequency. That means now channel 2 has both a receiving frequency and a transmitting frequency. And it knows what the transmit frequency is because it's the reverse of our downlink frequency. This method of programming a repeater allows the radio to do the calculations. If I know the downlink frequency and the offset direction shift and the transmit tone, the radio will automatically calculate the proper transmit frequency. So here's the order of operations. 1. Enter the downlink frequency and save to an available channel, and that's using menu 27. 2. Enter the transmit tone. That's menu 13. Step 3. Enter the offset direction and shift. And that's menu items 25 and 26. Next step, reverse the downlink frequency using the scan key. And then the last step, save that to the same channel number, which again is menu 27. That's it. We stored the repeater's downlink frequency to channel 22, including the offset shift and tone. Pressing the PTT switch will cause the radio to apply the offset shift, transmitting on the repeater's uplink frequency. Now, in channel mode, we can scroll to channel 22. With channel 2 showing on our selected display line, either A or B, we can listen for signals coming from our local repeater. If we have our operator's license, we can press the PTT switch, and our radio will transmit the proper squelch tone. The repeater will accept our signal and receive our transmission. Here's the entire procedure reduced to 10 simple steps. So let's try it all again, straight through, no chit-chat, using the settings I found for my second local repeater, storing it as channel 23. Frequency mode.
Channel mode. Frequency mode.
Display line A. Set the tone menu items off, menu items 10 through 13.
Menu. DCS. Menu. CTCSS. Confirm. Menu.
All the tone items are off. Dual standby mode off. Menu 7.
Menu. Dual standby. Confirm.
Delete the desired channel. Menu item 28. I'm going to go to channel 28 or 23 and make sure it's empty.
Menu. Delete channel.
Menu or channel 23 is not empty. So we'll confirm a delete.
Confirm.
Now it shows it is available. It's empty of any frequency. Now we need to enter our downlink, the input frequency for our next repeater, 147.380.
147.380.
We can save that now to channel 23. Saving is option 27.
Menu. Memory channel.
Channel 23. Confirm the save.
Receiving memory.
Channel 23 now has a receiving memory in it. Exit. Now let's enter the offset data, menu items 25 and 26. Our offset for this repeater is positive 0.6 megahertz. So that is menu 25.
Menu. Frequency direction.
I need to change that to a positive and confirm.
Confirm.
I can simply arrow up since I'm still in the menu option, and it is still 0.6, so I'll keep that, but it's been changed to a positive offset. Now we need to enter the transmit tone. For this repeater, it's a DCS tone of D026, Delta 026. And that is menu item 12 or 13. Let's look at menu 12.
Menu.
Yeah, the transmit DCS tone. Menu to open it up. This is the one that we want. We want to change that to D026. There it is, D026. Confirm with the menu.
Confirm.
And exit. Now we need to reverse our downlink frequency using the scan key. The scan key reverses the downlink frequency, showing what the transmit frequency should be, and it shows that it's a DCS tone. The offset is positive, and I'm in reverse mode. I promised no chit-chat, didn't I? Can't do it. So now let's save this uplink frequency with all the settings to that same channel 23.
Menu. Memory channel.
Scrolling up to channel 23 and confirm with menu.
Transmitting memory.
Now channel 3 has both a receiving and a transmitting frequency. Exit. And I better remember to set the reverse mode off, so press the scan key again. the R goes away. And it's always a good idea to go back and reset all those tone settings and the offset settings back to 0 in case you need to be transmitting when you're in frequency mode. You don't want those settings to be applied. So menu 11 is off. That's the one we need to change. Open it up with menu.
DCF
0. No, 0 doesn't work on that. We'll just have to arrow down. Off. Confirm with menu. While we're still in menu mode, the transmit CTCS is off. Exit. We want to go to the offsets. That's 25 and 26.
menu
It's set to a positive, so open the menu.
frequency direction
Arrow down to negative or to off. Confirm with menu.
confirm
We'll scroll up to the next offset. It's set for 0.6. We want to open that menu.
offset frequency
Put it back down to 0
0 0 0 0 0 0
and confirm with menu.
confirm
Exit. Now we can go to channel mode,
channel mode
and there's our channel 23. There's our listening frequency, and if we were to reverse that, shows what the transmit frequency is. Go back to reverse, take the reverse off. We could set this, we could scroll down to channel 22, and then I can switch to the second frequency line,
About 10 degrees on it.
and it's set to channel 23. So now I've got two channels, two different repeaters programmed in. I can switch to which one I want to listen and transmit on using the AB key.
I've never sent a radio into them for repair. I don't know how well that works. I hope.
Channel 22 is in use, and there's channel 23, it's quiet. And I can have this set on line B, listening to it. If I want to scan back and forth between the two, that's called dual watch or dual receive. And we can go back to that, and that is menu item 7.
menu
And now it's off, so I'm going to open that menu,
dual standby
scroll up to on, confirm with menu,
confirm
and exit.
And I think what model of radio did you send?
So you see the blinking triangle showing that the upper frequency, display line A, is active.
Well, this is
Green means you're receiving a signal.
similar, I would imagine,
Even though I used AB
flawlessly.
to choose
In fact,
the bottom one, if I were to press the PTT switch right now, I would be transmitting on frequency B, the lower line, because that's where my indicator mark is. The indicator mark here is flashing to show that this frequency is busy, it's active right now. Nonetheless, I've chosen line B right now to be the one I would be transmitting on. But because of dual watch and dual receive, it's going back and forth between the two, and it stops on whichever one is active. So with TDR on, you could be listening and monitoring to an active station all the while your radio is set to transmit on a different frequency. I can switch the AB and make my radio selection to the upper line, and that's the one that also is active. But all the while, if there were an active transmission on that unselected line, because I have TDR on, it would still pick up that transmission. Now I'd like to show you a different way to program. This is programming the UV-5R repeater on the fly. This method allows a quick contact with a repeater station without storing it to memory. So the steps for that, we'll first enter VFO mode using the VFO/MR. That takes away the channel numbers. I'm going to select channel A to start with. It is selected. I'm going to enter the input frequency of the repeater. And I'm just going to make up one right now because I don't have any in mind. But say the input for this new repeater that we just want to try out temporarily without saving it to memory is 1.
4 5 2 3 0.
And that's the downlink, the one I'm listening to. And now I'll enter the tone that repeater requires. That's menu 13.
Menu. CTCSS.
And let's say it's the typical 100. Confirm with menu.
Confirm.
Exit. So I've got a frequency that I'm listening to, and I've set the tone that repeater requires. Now I need to set the offset information, menu 25 and 26. Let's say it's negative. Menu to confirm. And scroll up to the next offset information. Open that menu item up. And let's say it's a standard 0.6.
0 0 0 6 0 0.
And menu to confirm. Exit. So now I've done all I need to do. This is the frequency I'm listening to, and I know I'm listening to it because my indicator mark has been toggled to that upper line. I know that this frequency that I have would transmit using a negative offset. I can reverse and see what that transmit frequency would be. It's a CT tone. And all of this without saving to memory. If I were to press the PTT switch now, I would be transmitting using the settings for that frequency. So it's possible to set up your radio quickly, on the fly, without storing the frequency to memory. And you could do this for display lines A and B, allowing you to have temporary access to the different repeater stations. The UV-5R will retain these until the information is overwritten. If I were to enter a new frequency right now, it would replace that. The current offset settings and the current tone setting applies to any frequency that is showing up there in frequency mode. That's the caution about using this quick method. In frequency mode, you're transmitting using whatever is the current setting for your tone and your offset. So you can remember the menu numbers this way: 13, 26, 25. Unlucky number 13, double unlucky number 26, and back off for 25. When finished communicating through the repeater, if you're using this frequency mode on the fly method, remember to reset the menu items back to off. Otherwise, the offset configurations and the tone configurations will continue to affect all of your communications when you're in frequency mode. If you go back to channel mode, now you're relatively safe. Whatever the settings were for channel 22 at the time that you saved it, that's what's being applied and nothing else, no matter what the current settings are. Finally, there is an alternate method. You can skip the offset and the shift entirely. Let's look at that. Storing a frequency to a channel that already has a stored frequency designates the second frequency as the transmit frequency and adds the current tone settings to that same channel. This allows an easy way to program a repeater station. For example, my local repeater station has an output frequency of 144.6 megahertz. This is the frequency which I need in order to listen to the repeater. It's my receive frequency. However, in order to transmit to the repeater, I must know the offset direction and offset shift. My repeater's offset direction is negative, and the shift is negative 0.6 megahertz. This means I must transmit on a frequency that is 0.6 megahertz less than its output frequency, which would equal 144 megahertz. This is my transmit frequency. Also, the repeater requires a transmit tone of 100 hertz. Let's try it. I'll choose an empty channel, channel 7. I believe it's empty. I'm going to go to channel mode.
Channel mode 6, 8.
There is no channel 7. Back to frequency mode. First, let's set the transmit tone to 100 hertz.
Menu. CTCSS.
100 hertz. Confirm with menu.
Confirm.
Exit. Make sure we're in VFO mode,
Channel mode. Frequency mode.
which is frequency mode. Make sure line A is selected. It is. I'm going to enter the receive frequency for this repeater, 146.6.
146.600.
I'm going to store this to channel 7.
Menu. Memory channel.
Menu.
Receiving memory.
Channel 7 has a receiving memory now. Now, exit, still in frequency mode on that upper line. Let's enter our transmit frequency. We've already calculated it. We know that it is 0.6 megahertz less than this receiving frequency. So let's enter our new transmit frequency.
146.000.
And we'll store to channel 7 still again.
Menu. Memory channel.
Channel 7 has our receiving frequency.
Transmitting memory.
Confirm with menu, and now it has a transmitting frequency based upon the new transmit frequency that we added on top of it. We did all the calculations ourselves, so I didn't have to enter the offset into the radio. All I needed to enter was the tone. So in this way, you do the calculation yourself. Start with the receiving frequency, find out what the offset is, what direction it is, do the calculation. Now you know the receiving frequency and the transmit frequency. You just need to make sure that you save to that same channel both those frequencies, first the receiving, then the transmit, and make sure that when you save the transmit, you've got the proper tone set. In this case, it's 100 hertz. Now, switch to channel mode and select channel 7. You should be able to transmit to the repeater and listen to another operator respond back to you. A saved channel is assigned the current tone settings. It's good practice, after you've saved a repeater's configuration to a channel, to set the tone options to off, so they won't interfere with your transmissions if you're operating in frequency mode. That's it, 73, and keep looking up.